It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another one. We're back to talk about The Walking Dead. In this one, we're going to talk about Season 10 of The Walking Dead as far as the bonus episodes go. So, of course, we have 6 additional bonus episodes as part of Season 10, which will be airing early 2021. Now, in terms of what those episodes are going to be about, we got a lot of information recently about some of the things we will see in those bonus episodes. One of those is something related to Maggie. We're going to see what she's been up to when she was gone until she showed up back in Season 10, Episode 16. So that's going to be a part of the story we're going to see. We're also going to check back with Eugene, Ezekiel, Yumiko, and Princess in another one of those bonus episodes. I will talk a little bit more about that in another video, but we also do know that another episode from these bonus episodes is going to be about Negan. We are going to be getting a Negan backstory. In fact, we're going to be getting Here's Negan from the comics, which tells us Negan's backstory, how Negan became Negan, and how did he become the leader of the Saviors. So all of that is going to be explored in Here's Negan. In fact, we also do note that Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who of course plays Negan, his wife, Hilarie Burton, is cast to play Negan's wife. If you didn't know, Negan's wife's name is Lucille. So Lucille is not just the name of his bat, it's also the name of his late wife, his first wife. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan's real wife will be playing the role of Lucille. What we are actually here to talk about in this video is who will return in Here's Negan. Of course, Here's Negan being a Negan backstory opens the door to the possibility of a lot of characters returning to make a cameo in this short backstory, you could say. Now, I'm gonna name some of the people we're most likely gonna see, and then I'm gonna kind of explain for each of them why I think we might see them and how much of a role they're gonna have. One of the key characters we're definitely gonna see, or there's a very good chance we're gonna see, is Simon, Negan's right-hand man. The other one is Dwight. Dwight being one of Negan's lieutenants or one of his top generals. Speaking of Dwight, we might even see the return of some of the other saviors that we saw in Season 7 and 8 of The Walking Dead. That could include Gavin, who was another one of Negan's lieutenants. We might see the return of Orat and characters like that. Also, there's a chance that we might see some of the saviors who were just soldiers, but were well-known soldiers. For example, you could see someone like Laura again. Of course, Laura integrated with the survivors after the Saviors fell, and she died during the Whisperers arc. Beta was the one that killed her. So we might see her return in some form as well. Also, we might see some of Negan's former wives, you could say, return to make a cameo. Someone like maybe Frankie, Amber, or maybe even Sherry, who of course did recently cross over into Fear the Walking Dead. So with all of that said, let's talk a little bit more about each of these characters. Why I think they're gonna make a cameo and how much of a cameo I think they're gonna make in the Negan-centric episode, which is most likely gonna be called Here's Negan. First up is Simon. So for Simon, I think there's a variety of different reasons why they might want to bring him back. And it all goes back to how the Saviors formed. If we go back to Negan and Simon's conversation during one of the episodes in Season 8 of The Walking Dead, it was revealed to us that before Negan joined the Saviors and took over, someone else was leading the Saviors, and Simon was also there. They hinted at the possibility that Simon had some sort of a leadership role in the Saviors camp before Negan showed up. So if you're gonna give us a Negan backstory, which has the construction of the Saviors as we know it today as being a big part of it, then it only makes sense to bring back someone like Simon. There's a very good chance that some of the things that were discussed in conversation, in the dialogue during Negan and Simon's conversations, could be brought to life in this backstory. And I think depending on how much they want to invest on the Negan and his wife story in that episode, there's a very good chance that the majority of the episode will be revolving around Negan showing up, taking over, and becoming the Negan as we know him today. They might even have a lot of like flash forwards and things like that and end the episode in a way where it leads into the first Negan introduction. Of course, that being the clearing scene where he lined everyone up and killed Glenn and Abe. I don't think we're gonna see that again, but I think that they could build it up towards that moment where Negan actually shows up. But it'll be from Negan's perspective in a way. Other than Simon, other saviors that have a rank at the sanctuary could show up. Someone like Gavin or Rod, and even Dwight, like I said. Now that gets a little tricky because it depends on how much Austin Emilio, who plays Dwight, can contribute. Because obviously he is part of Fear the Walking Dead, and because of the delays, Fear the Walking Dead has been delayed, so I think at this point, they're still finishing up the second half of season 6 of Fear, or they're doing post-production. And all of that contributes to how much Austin Emilio can actually contribute in this bonus episode. Not just Austin Emilio, but also Christine Evangelista, who of course plays Sherry, because obviously both Dwight and Sherry are part of Fear the Walking Dead's cast at this point. So because of that, there's a lot of uncertainty in terms of how much Dwight and Sherry will show up. If none of them were on Fear or Fear wasn't filming anything, I would say there's a very, very good chance that they could show up in the Negan backstory bonus episode. But the stuff with Fear complicates things. But other than them, characters like Laura, like Arat, like Gavin could definitely make a return. If you are gonna tell us the story of the Saviors and how Negan took over, you will definitely need to bring back some of these recognizable Saviors that we've seen before. Especially the ones that we grew to love, like Laura, or characters that many fans, they did like them as far as villains go. Obviously, aside from all of them, Lucille, Negan's wife, will show up. So with all of that said, I don't think we're gonna see anyone else return as far as our survivors go. Like, I don't think we're gonna see Daryl, Maggie, Michonne, Rick, and the others. But with that said, there is a chance that they might make quick cameos, but that could get complicated because of the timeline of everything that's gonna happen in that episode. Characters like Maggie and Daryl are more likely to make quick appearances because they are part of the bonus episodes anyway. So that's another piece of it. But with that said, even if they don't bring in characters from the survivors camp, they might give us some very interesting Easter eggs. Now, they could get very creative with these Easter eggs and they could be as small or as big as they want them to. But I feel like they will sneak in a few of these kind of Easter eggs in this bonus episodes that may hint at or tease at Rick being in the area or something along those lines. We might even see certain scenes or certain parts from the original show in this bonus episode. For example, when the survivors attacked the Savior outposts before and during All Out War. But with all of that said, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover in this video. But I am interested to know everyone's thoughts and opinions. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.